What's up, VCF West? My name is Bill Winters. I'm also known as AmigaBill in the retro community. Today I'm going to demo for you one of the most legendary pieces of equipment for the Commodore Amiga computer, NewTekVideoToaster. When the first version of the toaster was released in December of 1990, having this amount of video power in a home computer was absolutely unbelievable. A toaster system built for less than $10,000 could do things that systems costing over $100,000 in major TV studios couldn't do. It truly was a video revolution. This is an actual video toaster. It's a card that plugs into the video expansion slot on your Amiga 2000, 3000, or 4000. We can see there's B and C connectors on the back. It's got 4 composite video inputs and 2 composite video outputs. The inputs can be anything like cameras, lasers, players, VCRs, and the outputs are for preview out and program out. Many people think the video toaster is a video editing system. And technically, it is not a video editing system. The toaster is a live video switcher. Think of your favorite sporting event. There's multiple cameras set up covering the event, and they're live cutting between camera 1, camera 4, back to camera 2. That's live video switching. That's what the toaster does. Now, you can do video editing with the toaster, but this feature wasn't available until about 4 years after it was released. And you do that with something called the Video Toaster Flyer. And this will allow you to do nonlinear editing like you are familiar with today, but this was not available when the toaster first came out. The toaster also comes with a character generator, a paint program, a video effects processor, and it also comes with the legendary 3D modeling and rendering program, Lightwave 3D. Here we are in the video switcher. This is what you first see when you fire up the toaster. At the top of the screen, we have banks of effects. The effects are basically the transition between your video sources. You come down to video controls, you've got main and preview. Main is what the main output of the toaster, and preview is what you're going to switch to next. Getting into more detail on this in a second. Then we got freeze, which will freeze frame a video. Take will do a straight cut. If you don't want an effect between sources, you can just straight cut between them. Cut camera 1, cut camera 2, etc. And then this auto SMF. You can choose the transition speed, S for slow, medium for medium, F for fast, and auto will automatically do that speed for you. If you want to do it manually, you can. That's what this is right here. This is called a T-bar, and it's a reflection of an actual physical lever that is on physical video switchers. This is a virtual representation of it. Graphics will let you switch to the other programs I mentioned before. So if you want to switch to Toaster Paint, you click on Paint, the character generator, and Lightwave 3D. We also have still images that we can load up here. And we got our superimpose bank, which allows us to superimpose things over our video source. For example, you're doing titles, you want to superimpose a title over the video, this is where you do it. So this is a typical video toaster setup. You got 3 monitors. On the lower left, we have a 1084S monitor, which is our Amiga RGB out. Above that, we've got a composite monitor hooked up to the preview output of the video toaster. This is what's coming up next in the toaster switching. Then a program monitor is also a composite video out coming from the video toaster. And this is our main output. This is what you would connect a VCR to, or it's what you would send out to a live broadcast. Now right now, my gorgeous VHS webcam is being broadcast live, and I've got an image of the video toaster logo queued up and ready to go. So you know what, let's do a broken glass effect. I'm gonna click on the broken glass effect. I'm gonna hit auto, and voila. Boom, it just transitioned from my webcam to the video toaster logo, and now you can see that my webcam is queued up in the preview, and going out live is the toaster logo. Now let's say I wanna change the speed of that transition. I'll hit slow. I'm gonna hit auto, it's gonna do it slower, and it's gonna come back from the video toaster logo to my VHS webcam. You don't have to go between live video to a graphic. You can go from live video to live video. So let's see what else I got. Let's click on number 2 preview, and you can see here's another camera I got set up in the back of the room, and we can switch from camera 1 to camera 2. So let me put camera 1 in the main output, and I've got camera 2 queued up in the preview, and now we're going to transition from camera 1 to camera 2. Boom, there it is. And you can see camera 1 moves over to my preview monitor, and camera 2 is now going out live. You know, and that's the basics of the video switcher. All right, let's head over to Chroma effects. Now, Chroma effects is kind of like Snapchat before there was Snapchat, or Instagram before it was Instagram. It comes with a bunch of filters that are preloaded, and then you can edit these filters. So let's see, here we've got a solar filter. Let's start with a solar filter. We will hit the slate to render it, and we'll see what happens. Oh, there's our solar filter. It's a solarization effect, which is pretty cool. Let's see what Crazy Nuke is all about. It's like a negative effect. It's pretty wild. So in addition to silly effects, you can also use Chroma effects to do things like adjust the brightness of the signal. So like here, we're going from dark to light, back to dark again. And it's pretty useful if you want to change the quality of your input source. Let's check out Toaster Paint. It's basically the next step from NewTek's original paint program, DigiPaint. Toaster Paint is a 24-bit paint program that comes with the toaster. When you launch Toaster Paint, you can see that we basically switch over into Amiga RGB mode. I'm going to load in a 24-bit Amiga IFF image and bring it into our toaster project. And here it comes. This is a 720 by 480 image, but if you notice, we're not seeing it in 24-bit. And the reason for that is we're working in Amiga RGB mode right now. So this is a standard 4096 color ham image. Look at that gorgeous ham fringing right there. I absolutely love it. If we want to see the whole image, I can use this tool here, click on that, and it'll show us the whole picture. Now the reason why we're seeing this in 4096 color ham mode, we're using an Amiga 2000, so it's using the traditional ham mode. If we had an Amiga 4000 with a Toaster 4000, we could see this in AGA. Now, what do we want to do with this picture? Let's just say we want to turn this power light back on. I'm going to use the colorize mode. I'm going to do that with the keyboard shortcut. I'm going to choose this light green color to turn it on. We'll do a filled rectangle. We're going to turn this sucker on. There we go. It's a little bit dark. It doesn't look like it's actually on, so let's lighten it. I'm going to switch over to lighten mode. You can see I just switched from color to lighten mode. And now I'm going to draw over our green and I'm going to lighten it up. Make sure it looks like it's on. There we go. And now we've got an Amiga 500 that is turned on. Pretty cool. The killer app for the toaster was certainly its 3D modeling and rendering program, Lightwave 3D. Lightwave was used on Babylon 5, Sequest, and various film and TV productions around the world. Originally, you had to have a toaster in order to run Lightwave, but it was so popular they came out with a standalone version of it. And Lightwave is still used and supported today over on the PC. Here's our Lightwave scene, and within the scene you can load in objects, you can add lights, you can edit your camera settings, and the first thing we're going to do is load in an object. My concept for this little demo is to have an Amiga logo and take the camera and fly it past the logo as if like we're in a drone and we're flying past the Hollywood sign. This is a pretty good perspective here. I can clearly see like where my camera is in relationship to the object. For a scene like this, whenever I'm doing a camera move, I tend to like to go with a wider lens and move the camera closer to the object because when you're wide and close, it exaggerates the movement more and you can really feel it. Let's go to a zoom factor of 2.2. That gives us a 17mm lens. That's perfect, nice and wide. We can get up and close with a 17mm. I'm going to put the camera over on the camera left side of the logo and then move the camera to the right as if we're on a dolly or on a slider. And now I'm going to rotate the camera and aim it towards the logo. Now from this perspective, it's a little bit hard to see what the camera is seeing, so it's really cool. You can change the view, click on camera view, and now you can see exactly what the camera is seeing. I'm going to push in a little bit closer and something right about there looks good. So I'm going to mark this as keyframe number 1. Now I'm going to go to frame 30 and I'm going to set our end mark. And I'm going to move the camera to its final position. So I'm going to slide it to the right, pan the camera left, and look back at the logo. Frame number 30 keyframe, hit OK. So now we have our 2 keyframes. So what I want to do now is create a wireframe preview. I'm going to click the play button. And not too bad.
Here's our final render of the animation.
Let's check out the toaster's character generator. The character generator allows you to incorporate text into your project. It could be titles, credits, etc. There's 4 different types of text you can have with the toaster. So here's an example of text over a background color. Here we've got text over video. But wait a minute, that doesn't look like Kiki Stockhammer. We can go change it. Erase in the text, put in some AmigaBill. Boom, there we go. All right, let's do a little end credit roll. Execute. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of NewTek's Video Toaster. Stay tuned for more in-depth videos. Amiga forever.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of NewTek's Video Toaster. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the rest of VCF West.